Hi people. So where am I at? I am at a Chipotle right next to a major street. You're probably wondering, why am I recording a video at the outside patio of a Chipotle? Well, that's because, before my friends come inside the comments and be like, oh my God, why are you going to Chipotle again? Or you've already gone there 4 times this week, every week. Well, okay. There's more to it than that. Actually, I have to be at robotics later to do a presentation, and I also just got a roots list. So yeah, it's pretty nice out here. It's like 90 degrees, and I had a pretty decent meal. The sour cream got accidentally put onto it, but it's fine. And I had to deal with like 2 flies just flying over my head constantly. But otherwise, it's been pretty fun out here. I like staying outside. It's better. Plus, I get to record this video out here. And also, don't mind this pimple on my face. It's just there. What this video is actually about. Okay. I can't believe I'm recording a video at Chipotle. So what we're going to be talking about is a small little place in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to be calling it Hodgepodge Coffee House. Yeah, okay. I don't know, I act like it's not a real place. No, it's a real place. It was a real place, and then it closed down. It's pretty cool. It was a small business owned by a minority owner, and it was very community-oriented. It had many events, positive impact on the community, was opening multiple locations. It sold art, and also the entire original building had a bunch of art on it. Go figure. It had a pretty good menu and coffee. I came there a few times, mainly get chai tea lattes because I'm not really much of a coffee guy. And I love the fact that they sold beef patties, which were really good. The exterior was obviously really made well. Pretty large parking lot, blah, 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 blah. Good art. Oh my, I hit the table. Yeah, this table is really wobbly. And from what I could find, notably, they had 2 major events which failed to kill the business. One, they had a car that apparently crashed into the building. I have to verify that one. And 2, they got robbed at one of their sister locations that they opened. And despite all of this, the business still managed to stay open. Crazy. But what truly killed it was the god-awful Atlanta economy special. Yeah, ever-rising property prices. Where I'm at right now, you cannot get a house for probably under like $600 to $700K, unless you're planning on living inside of a condo in that huge building right there, which isn't really an option for many people. Unless you're, don't really need many rooms, or it's just 2 people. You're not gonna have a family living in there. So anyway, this is going to be an event of a young Gen Z member in a city who doesn't want to waste all of his money paying for a house in the city that he would be going to university in. But unfortunately, we'll have to see how things turn out. Okay, so we all know about the US housing crisis, right? Well, yeah, big city right here, and it's really bad here too. Yeah, it's really bad. Sorry, I have to keep on looking out at the street just to make sure there's no like super loud cars that come in and then ruin the footage. So there's rampant rising property taxes and prices, and there's rampant gentrification happening in many different big cities, and Atlanta is no different. Check out this one specific neighborhood called Kirkwood, where you can find huge mixed-use luxury condos right next to abandoned houses. It's weird. If I have a picture, I'll show it on screen. If I don't, then it's fine. Honestly, anyone here or in any sort of big city is likely familiar with this phenomenon, so I'm just reiterating it here just in case we need to have a rehash of any of these events that are happening across the entire United States. It was already getting expensive here, and then COVID exacerbated the housing crisis even more. Okay, areas where houses could sell for less than like $100,000 are now seeing prices in like the $500,000 to $600,000 range. Insanity. My family moved into Atlanta and we struggled to find a house. And it wasn't very long ago that we were looking for a house. This was like only a year ago. It's insane. Now, this extends to all forms of property, not just housing. So of course, any sort of buildings that you may see around here are probably dealing with these sorts of price increases as well, especially if they're rented. And thus we see entire communities changing from, maybe from their original residence or an established base to a new established base, which is probably a lot wealthier, which is not inherently bad or anything like that. It's just that, we're pushing people out of their places into other places, kicking out the locals. That's not fun, is it? Now, this is going to be a very local explanation, but I feel that it's something that we can see going on across the entire country. And I'm no expert at any of this stuff, honestly. It's just that I'm speaking out as a partially frustrated person living inside of a major city. And I just want to see if anybody else can relate. And I feel like this is an issue that should be brought up because this was a really beneficial business that I really liked, honestly. It brought a lot to the area. So, what is this side of the city? Well, This place is, well, the original location, which is the most famous location, after all, is in East Atlanta. Where is East Atlanta? East of Atlanta, yeah, the eastern side of the city. Well, that is actually not the most eastern part of the city. It's really more like southeast, but we're not gonna get into all that. It's notorious for its past as a bad part of the city, aka the hood. AKA where millions of people's favorite music artists are from. You listen to Outkast, 21 Savage, Jid, yeah, all those people, all from East Atlanta. You're not gonna get anywhere talking about rap, southern rap, or like any US rap without at least mentioning this place once. And it's absolutely nothing like that anymore. Which isn't bad. I mean, it's nice around here. The crime isn't bad at all. Oh, my cup just fell. I'm recording on my iPad right now, so I hope the footage is better, but it takes up a lot of space on the table. And there's another local taco place that I used to go to in a neighborhood adjacent to the one that this one's in, the coffee house, Hodgepodge Coffee House, which is in Grant Park. Also a very nice neighborhood, which used to be bad. The park that the entire neighborhood is named after was neglected for years, and then they redeveloped it, and now you cannot get a house for any affordable price there. Very nice neighborhood, but you know, it's not affordable anymore, and none of the locals are still there. And so this taco place, this cantina, closed down randomly. Just one day I came there and the whole place was empty. I used to go there all the time. I went there for my birthday one day, and it was just gone completely. Never to be seen again. I don't know what happened to it. Still to this day, I have to actually look up and check and see what happened. If I do find it, I'll put it on screen. Yeah, this intersection over here is a little crazy. So all these local businesses are being killed off by rising prices. These long-term businesses are seeing issues, and this is around the whole city, by the way. Anywhere where, you know, property right where there's popular, you know, housing developments being made and whatnot, it's happening everywhere. They're being killed off by rising prices and gentrification. These businesses, which have been getting good business, they just can't afford it anymore. And this is taking valuable businesses, some of which can be even considered, or at least adjacent to the concept of a third place, away from the community. It sucks. It really sucks. Places which may serve affordable food or services, are really chill, have great staff. Not to say that the next business isn't going to be great, but it sucks to lose these places that's been open and serving the community for so freaking long. And unfortunately, this may cause the area to lose a bit of its original charm, and then again, a new one, albeit typically of an upscale variety. And there's nothing wrong with a new influence being introduced into the neighborhood, but these are ultimately taking away from the culture that makes these places what they are in the first place. A lot of these neighborhoods and areas here in the city of Atlanta, and in all cities for that matter, have a distinct culture or, you know, quirk to it. And a lot of times these quirks are being lost. And sometimes new ones are gained, but a lot of times nothing's being gained. It's just being turned into another cookie cutter, you know, upscale area. And occasionally they also increase the prices of everything around them, such as, you know, properties, housing, the businesses, whatever, and are also expensive themselves. Like I said, I'm no economics professor or anything like that. It's just something that I've noticed over time. There's no guarantee that what opens up has the same benefit on the community as a place which actively engages with it. Which, of course, in this place with this coffee house selling local art and hosting musicians for events, or another place which, you know, I feel like most of it just pertains to like hosting events or something like that with like, you know, let's say a restaurant or a coffee house, but there's other ways. Course. All in all, each neighborhood here in, of course, this city, but also any city for that matter, which is facing a really big issue with property taxes rising, prices rising, gentrification, blah, 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 has so much culture and variety to it in its history. And we're seeing literal businesses that survived robberies. Yeah, this is a coffee shop, and somebody decided to rob it. Don't know why. It had a huge impact on their business, and they still survived it, and served the community as well. And now these businesses are being boarded up, despite how much they've survived. This isn't to say that the person who buys whatever building or place that gets boarded up is ill-intentioned, but we're seeing a broader issue here. It just sucks to see neighborhoods lose their charm and historical connections, and businesses which have served the community for so long be closed up just simply because of rising prices, just because they can't afford the rising prices going on in the city. It sucks. And especially, it really sucks when it's to your typical homogenous, unaffordable type of influence. I really love this place. I love big cities, and I love, the place that I'm in right now, Atlanta. And I just don't want to see it become unaffordable to regular families, to my friends who may be living here, whose parents may be living here years in the future. I mean, for me, I'm going to be going to college, and I really would like to at least be able to afford to live off campus, or even possibly when I get out of college, be able to afford to maybe put a down payment on a house. Nothing big, of course, but just a house. And that just doesn't really seem like a very viable dream at the moment. The way things are going right now, it just doesn't. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. Yeah, that's all I really have to say for this rant, though. I'm sure, like, to the people on the inside, it probably looks like I'm doing a job interview or something. Wonder what this is shaped like. I don't know. Like an arrow. Hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna point this right here. There should be like, I don't know, like a subscribe button right there. Wow, that would be fantastic if you could click that. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really love walking outside and just seeing what's in the area, going and engaging in my local community, and I don't want to see my local community, let's like disappear when I come back here in like 2 years or 5 years or whenever. It's nice to see the different individuality in each and every single area, every single local business, and every single local neighborhood. We can't lose that. We can't lose that. It sucks. And will this video change anything? I don't really know. Probably not. I mean, I'm probably just like ranting to, my screen right now. That's really it. I'm just talking to a screen and to whoever's watching this video. But all I can say is that if you are in, an area with a lot of local businesses, small businesses, or wherever, engage with them, please. They need people to keep them afloat, especially with the way that prices are rising if you're in a major city. Engage with them. Go there, go to events and stuff. It's fun. Get out the house, okay? No, you don't need to play Modern Warfare 2, all right? And just see what they have to offer. Don't let them all get boarded up and closed down. Support your local businesses, support your community. Don't let everything just close up and disappear without you even having a chance to at least try it. All right, since it's about 2:30 now, and I have about like 2-ish hours, and plus, it's about to be rush hour, which means that it's going to take me absolutely forever to get home. Have a great day. Go see what's out there. Yeah, go to your local businesses. Goodbye.